Hello, best friend. Okay, girl, listen. First of all, if you are new, my name is Sebastian. I spill pop culture tea every day, and I have been doing these type of videos. It's usually my last video that I upload, and it's basically just like a talking video. Now, yesterday I did a toxic relationship video where I gave you guys, different types of scenarios of a toxic relationship. Now, I'm doing these videos, best friend, because I know that you are here, for the tea, but I also want to build a community where we could help one another. And if my life experiences or your life experiences, we can connect them and then we can inspire somebody who might be going through them in the present time, then we've done a great job. And I have been motivated and inspired by Selena Gomez to do this. I get a lot of comments saying, are you a therapist? You give really good advice. You are really good at this. You have an old soul. All of those compliments mean the world to me because I have prayed for this for very long. I have prayed that I can have the right words to touch at least one of you guys and inspire or help or keep you company or make you see your situation that you might be living in, right? That's my goal for this channel. Yes, we love the pop culture, but I also really love this. So just wanted to just give that little intro. Today, we are talking about toxic friends, okay? Now, I ask you guys what you want me to talk about, and I choose whether it's a DM or a comment or whatever, and I talk about it. So it's not always necessarily from my life, but it's in general, right? I read a comment yesterday saying that if my marriage was okay and if I was trying to tell you guys something while talking about toxic relationships, I will put it this way, bitch. I have been through so many toxic relationships in my day, girl, that if I was currently in one, I would be on my way out, okay? Because one thing I've learned from with my brother's passing is that life is too short and too precious to waste it on nonsense. Just like that. Oh, and also, girl, I don't wear my wedding ring because it's too big and we haven't gotten it sized. And you guys know how I feel about wedding rings. So there you go. All right. I hope I cleared. Then from my mom called me. She goes, oh, did you see those comments, Sebastian? You got to clear it up right now. And I told my husband, he was laughing his ass off. Anyways, girl, let's talk about toxic relationships. Toxic friendships, fake friends, one-sided friends, all of those type of friends, okay? Now listen, friends and friendship take a lot of work, a lot of energy, just a lot, right? It is true. So you have to, first of all, analyze if you are in the right state of mind to be able to give yourself in a friendship, right? And what I'm talking about is, friendships can be very draining, right? And if you are going through something in your life where you don't have that extra energy to give to a friendship, then you have to make that very clear, right? I haven't had the best of luck with friends, I will tell you. Especially best friends, right? I have had my first best friend that I really remember her being a best friend. I don't think I've ever talked about this, but I was friends with her in middle school. Her name was Jessica. I was friends with her in middle school, and we just developed this amazing friendship. She actually came with me to my first date. I mean, we were very young, girl. And we snuck away to the movie theater to meet with this guy, and we met him online. He went to like the rival school, and we went to the movies together. Well, when we moved, we found out that she had unfortunately passed in a car accident. And it was devastating, I will tell you. For real, it was. Because her and I had this relationship where we would talk every day. Like, every day on the phone for hours. You would think we hadn't just seen each other in school. And I don't talk about her often because I think that's just something that I'm not sure if I just kind of put it under the rug, or I need, or I really healed from it, but I pray for her every day of my life, and I miss her very much. So I personally, mentally, going back to what we're talking about, I haven't had the best of luck with friends, and I think that with the grieving and stuff that I went through, because my brother was my best friend as well. So, and then I think I it kind of snowballed, to be very honest. And I know for a fact that I'm sure that I was also the toxic one in a friendship. Absolutely, right? When you don't have the right mental health or the capacity to hold on a friendship and give your true self to a friendship, you're not being a good friend. It's not that you don't want to be, it's just you don't have the tools to do it, right? And that's okay. But you got to find that out later on, right? So in a toxic relationship, from what I've learned in my life, I feel like a friendship, you first have to have the tools to have one. When you have those, you have to make sure that you are in a same level relationship, which means that I hear you, you hear me. We talk about you, you talked about me. You know what I mean? It should be very equal. Oftentimes there's one-sided friendships where you call me every single day to talk about you, and then before we're supposed to hang up, you say, oh, by the way, bitch, how are you? That right there, girl, that's not a friendship. Now, we could do that every now and then, honey, because, sometimes, your life is more exciting than mine, right? But if you are only calling me to vent or talk about you or talk shit about your boyfriend or your parents or your work or whatever, and you never ask me about me, honey, we're going to have an issue, right? And I think that you kind of, I think that you learn with time. Do you know what I mean? You learn with time. You learn your boundaries. You learn what you must, what is that word? What you should demand in a relationship. And I think that's fine to say what you deserve, right? Toxic friendships are those who you don't feel like you are in a safe place, right? Fake friends, that's not a safe place. Now, there's a difference between fake friends and like party friends, right? Party friends, you call when you're in the mood to drink, you get together. Monday through Thursday, you don't hear from them. Weekend, you always hear from them, right? And you're maybe not interested in really taking it to the next level. You're just party friends, which that's fine to have. Now, toxic fake friends, that's another thing, right? You want to make sure that you are in a safe environment where, where you could open up and say, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling very good about our conversation, and I'd like to talk about it. A real friend will sit you down and be like, oh my God, of course. Like, let's talk about it. And if they are in the wrong, then it's okay to talk about it. And it's okay to admit it. We are not always in the right? So I feel like one of the things that people confuse often is social anxiety and being a bad friend, right? I have that issue myself, right? For me to see someone, it does take a lot of effort. It really does. Not that I don't want to see them, not that I don't want to have time with them or love them, but I'm so in my head, and I do have social anxiety, that it does take a lot for me to kind of get there, right? You know what I mean? And once I'm there, I'm living my best life. And I love it so much. And I want to make more plans. But I think that's just some of the tools that I have to work on. In the beginning, I said you have to have the right tools to be able to give yourself into a friendship. But a real friend would understand that as well. But you have to be open about it and have that conversation and say, you know what? I don't want to make plans right now because I'm just not sure if I'm going to have like the energy then. Do you think we can talk a little bit leading up to the day, maybe the day before? Have an open dialogue about things. I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think that, if you acknowledge that those are the things that you're going through, I think that it's okay to speak about it. And it's okay to open up about it and say, hey, you know what? This, and this, right? So a toxic friend will never understand you, won't accept you, won't meet you halfway. A toxic friend only thinks about themselves. A toxic friend does not get happy when you win at life and often will compare themselves or feel bad for themselves when you win. Say, oh, what about me? I find that to be a bad friend, okay? There are some people that are very conceited, that are very selfish and only think about themselves. And you could love them, right? But you have to tell them, hey girl, you know what, honey? I'm tired. This seems like a one-sided friendship here. If they're a real friend, they will listen to you, they will acknowledge you, and they will talk about improving themselves. If they're a fake friend, they'll tell you to fuck off and never talk to you again. And then you know what happened right there? You got lucky that life removed that energy from your path. Period. And that's it. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. You know, have the tools to be a good friend, have communication. And if you feel like somebody is draining you, that's not a friend, honey, because a friend should uplift you. A friend should balance you out. A good friend should motivate you, should cheer you on. A bad friend is going to drain you, only talk about themselves, and, you know, never really have any type of, you know, sweet things towards you. You know, hey, how are you? Just miss you so much. You know, those little examples are very important in a healthy relationship. So that's what I have to say about that, best friend. I love you all so much. You know, don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel scared. Don't feel sad. Sometimes you do have to let go of people. Some friendships are seasonal, and I think that's okay too. So anyways, I love you all. I consider you guys my messy besties. I love you so much. And I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what you want me to talk about in tomorrow's video. And I hope you are enjoying it because I'm really having a lot of fun just talking to you guys. So I love you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.